Okay, should you consume protein and carbohydrates post-workout in order to maximize your muscle gain? Let's see what the science says. So many people believe that, okay, you need to eat protein and carbs after a workout because protein, it will drive the amino acids to the muscle tissue, whereas the carbohydrates will stimulate insulin release and thereby that will increase the uptake of amino acids into the muscle tissue and also prevent protein breakdown. Keep in mind as well, additional protein will also reduce protein breakdown as well. So if we look at the research here, I'll put a study on the screen, a group of 24 healthy men and 25 elderly men drinking drinks, right? So drinking beverages. Now, one group was drinking 20 grams of casein protein and the other group was drinking 20 grams of casein protein plus 60 grams of carbohydrate, and that was in the form of dextrose. Now, they done muscle biopsies as well to see the results obviously, and most importantly, this is the biggest keyword here, is that they tested the muscle protein synthesis. So when we look at whole body protein metabolism, the protein breakdown and oxidation, in simple terms this basically means the amino acids being burned for energy, right? This was a lot lower in a protein plus carbohydrate group. So to put it again in simple terms, for someone that's eating chicken and sweet potatoes, their protein breakdown and oxidation rates were lower than someone that's just eating chicken alone. Now, although the study was on beverages and drinks, but that's just simple terms, right? So now you probably got to draw the conclusion, okay, definitely carbohydrates or protein. However, here's the deal, here's the caveat. The caveat is that the net protein balance, there was no significant difference, and this is crucial to understand. So when we look at all the data, there was no difference in muscle protein synthesis, right? Now, again, you're probably going to draw the conclusion, okay, it doesn't really matter, but here are some limitations of the study as well to consider. So number one, like I said, and that was the key word here, is muscle protein synthesis. They only looked at that, they didn't look at muscle protein breakdown. And we know that muscle protein breakdown is also very important. For example, let's say your muscle protein synthesis rates are up here and your muscle protein breakdown rates are up here. Now, you're not going to build much muscle tissue doing that, are you? So one thing as well, another limitation is that they didn't even participate in resistance training, right? And this is probably the biggest limitation, because as we know, when we lift weights, man, we increase our muscle protein synthesis rates, and it can also change our muscle protein breakdown rates. The reason being is because let's say we do a lot of eccentrics and stuff like this, it will actually increase the rate of muscle protein synthesis as well, because it needs to repair this muscle tissue. So that's that, man. There are many more limitations to the study as well, but I don't want to get too much into that because some people will get bored. So should you be consuming protein plus carbohydrates in a meal? Here's the thing. Most people do consume meals that have chicken, sweet potato, or should I say protein and carbohydrates, right? Very little people do I know that just have just tuna or just a certain food, right? Just like rice or something like that, right? Most people have the mixed meal. Now, the biggest thing, like I tell most people, is concentrate on the big picture. Like, you see so many people taking supplements, all of this fancy stuff, but they forget that calories are up here, they're number one, and second are macronutrients, right? If you hit your calories and macronutrient goals, in this case, it'll be your protein and carbohydrates amount. So that's the most important thing, right? So get your total daily protein intake about 1 gram per pound of body weight. If you don't want to go to 0.8 grams per pound of body weight and you're too scared to go as low as that, that'd be fine. Don't worry about consuming you have to consume sweet potato with a chicken breast or something like that, right? Don't overcomplicate this stuff. Look at the big picture. Now, that's enough for me talking, man. I'm rambling on. I can't stand my voice anymore when I ramble on like this, man. But anyway, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, man. You're missing videos on the daily with science, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Let's get it. Wait, stay positive, stay smiling.